I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis, and I've probably been going through it for over a month now. I'm just gonna take my time loving me. And I don't mean that in like a negative way, and it's probably not really a midlife crisis, but I've been going through a lot of energetic, emotional, spiritual shifts. And towards, let me explain this. I'm going to explain it. I know everybody's probably confused right now because I just came on camera looking crazy, but let me explain. So I'm going to continue doing this while I'm talking because I'm not trying to be up all night. It is, what time is it? It's 9:28. Today is Sunday, April 27th. It is currently 9:30 p.m. and I am cutting out some lock extensions that I had installed 2 weeks ago. So now let me tell y'all what happened, what led to this, because I've been wilding. I think this might just been the worst hair decision that I've ever made in my life, and I've done quite a few things with my hair throughout my life. I've never been scared to try something new. For me, it's always just been hair. Although I've always kept it pretty natural, it's always just been hair for me, you know? I've done big chops twice in my life. I know that that's not really a lot because there's women who've done it way more times than that, but I'm just saying that to give you context of like, I've never been scared to cut my hair. Well, maybe a little, like, I've done this before. Like, I've done big chops before. Back to the actual story. So I would say about late February, early March, it's been heavy on my mind to cut my locks, my original locks, not what I'm cutting out right now. And for more reasons than one, but honestly the main reason was just this weight that I felt, like my locks were carrying and holding on to, because honestly I started my locks at a very traumatic time in my life. I literally put in those locks a month after I was sexually assaulted. I was in Ghana at the time, and I was trying to do things to please my children's father at the time. And putting in the locks wasn't me trying to please him, but being low maintenance was me trying to please him. And I thought that locks would have been a way for me to be low maintenance. Because if you know me, prior to locks, I was very much a natural hair girly. I was with the twist outs and my curly puffs and all of that. And I used to spend a lot of time and money on hair products and all of that. So until I started making my own, but still, like I was very much into that and a part of that world. And I figured putting in locks would have been, oh my goodness, look at me. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Well, this was money down the drain. Everybody keeps, my children's supposed to be sleeping, and for some reason, they just keep taking turns coming out of bed, interrupting me. This is my time. So I've been a little irritated. So I did start my locks out of me trying to be low maintenance, and doing that out of trying to please my children's father at this time. But like I said, I put those locks in literally a month after he sexually assaulted me. You know, me just, I'm not gonna get into all of that. That's the main thing y'all need to know. And that like I was just in a very bad space, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was not in a good space when I started my locks. And I feel like although I grew to just really love and embrace my locks, and I really do want to have locks, like I said, this year I just started to feel this weight associated with them. And I've been trying to be very intentional about letting go of all of that shit. Just letting go of all of it, energetically, emotionally, mentally. Letting go is one of the hardest things to do in your healing journey, but I've been trying to be more intentional about it and being more specific as to what I'm letting go of. Because it's one thing to just keep saying, oh, you're healing, you're going to therapy, you're healing, you're going to therapy, but like, are you really doing the work? Oh, my hair is soft though, so soft. But anyways, I digress. I decided I wanted to cut my locks, but I was on the fence about it because one, I knew that would require me doing a big chop, starting over, and going through that whole natural hair phase again, like the twist outs, the products, the maintaining, the washing every week or 2 weeks, and all of that. Whereas with locks, I got retwists like every 3-4 months, but it was always just a wash and go, moisturize, like I said, very low maintenance. And I got really accustomed to that, and I didn't want to have to fall back into the twisting in my hair at night and making sure it's moisturized and all of these things that you do when you have natural hair. Although I really loved to do it and enjoyed it back in the day before I became a mom, I felt like I didn't have the mental capacity to go back there. But I also knew I really wanted to cut my locks. So in just looking up and doing research, I was like, okay, why not put in some lock extensions? You cut your locks, put in the lock extensions, let your locks grow back out, and then cut off the extensions when they reach a certain length. You know how like when you come up with a solution or you make a decision, but there's this feeling or thing inside of you that just doesn't completely sit well. I had that feeling, right? And I didn't really know what it was, whether it was fear, like now being someone who had her own hair and now have extensions in. I don't know what it was, but another thing that crossed my mind is like, oh, having locks is now part of my brand. Cutting my hair and not having locks anymore, it would completely detach me from my brand. My logo itself is a reflection of me. The lady in my logo has locks. I literally had my logo designed that way because that was during the time I actually started my locks. Like, there was so much noise going on in my head surrounding my decision. And I think my mistake was overthinking it and considering how people would perceive me after doing it versus doing what I really, really wanted to do. And I've learned to stop doing that in other areas of my life. And I don't know why I went back to that space in that moment, but I did. And I decided I'm going to spend all this money and put in some lock extensions. And my biggest fear also was like, I end up not liking it and cutting them out. Because one thing I'm going to do every time, no matter how much I pay for something, is that if I don't like it, I'm gonna take it out. Especially like when it comes to my hair. I've taken out so many styles in the past after getting my hair done. Like, I am notorious for that. Which is why back in the day, I used to always do my own hair. Back in college, I would be up all night putting in my Marley twists. I've done the faux locks in my hair when I was natural back in the day. I would always figure out how to do my own hair because anytime I would pay money to let somebody else do it, I would not like it. And it would just be a waste. But I digress. Back on track. With all that back and forth and overthinking, I decided to do the lock extensions. And before I committed to it, I did a consultation with the loctician. So she could tell me like, look at my locks, give me some feedback. Just get a professional opinion on, what's the best route to go. She did my consultation. She was like, and this was back in February, she was like, your hair do need to grow out some more, which I expected because I had just had a retwist the beginning of January. And I knew I didn't want to do it until around this time anyways, before my birthday. So I told her that I did want it to be a little thicker than my old locks. And she told me what size locks to get. She told me the length to get because I actually wanted the locks to also be pretty much the same length as my old locks. So with that information, I asked her like, do you recommend where to get it? She said, just look up human hair lock extensions on Etsy and just pick from one of those sellers. I said, okay, cool. So I did that. The size she told me to get was 0.8 centimeters. I think it was either 10 or 12 inches long. And I did that. I purchased my locks like way in advance so I could make sure it got here in time because I had to ship it to my best friends. And then she shipped it to me. So my appointment was 2 weeks ago, April 9th, I believe. Or was it April 10th? When I got the lock extensions, they did look thick because my natural hair is naturally thin. Not thin as in I'm missing hair, but I have very, like, my hair isn't full and dense. It's not dense. I have the texture like my grandmother. Her hair is very thin and it's always been like that. So I was scared because I'm like, if I put these thick locks in, and I don't know, it probably don't look thick. Oh, let me show y'all the difference between this and my actual locks that I cut out. Okay, so this is the locks, my old locks, my actual locks, my hair. So this is my lock. I don't know if y'all can see the difference. And this is the extension, right? So you see this is thicker than my actual lock. So I was very concerned about putting these in and my hair, my actual locks, when my hair grew out, that my locks match the thickness of the extension. And I explained that to her at my appointment, and when she looked at the extension, she was like, these are very thick for a 0.8. And she pulled a 0.8 out her drawer and showed me the difference, and I saw the difference. I was like, whoa, these are thicker than the 0.8. So she was like, it looks like the seller didn't make the locks as tight, because these are actually kind of fluffy, because you could feel like you could squeeze it. So due to the thickness of these locks, I was very concerned about how it would hold up in my head. And I expressed that to her, and she was like, I think it would be fine. So I told her the locks on the front around here will need to be a little thicker in part so that it grows out to match the thickness. Anyways, when I went to my appointment 2 weeks ago, she was cutting out the locks, and I swear to you, I do not regret cutting my locks, because as she was cutting, like, I was doing something on my phone or my laptop, I can't remember, but I didn't even realize she had started actually cutting my locks. But I was sitting in the chair, and I just had this good feeling, like an energetic weight was just lifting off of me. And when I looked up and I was like, yeah, she's cutting it, I don't regret cutting my locks. I know I made the right decision in cutting it. I needed to get rid of that. However, because at first I think she cut it where she left like maybe a little bit of the lock attached and then started combing it out so that I could have more length to attach the extensions. But afterwards, because she was combing out some of them for a while, but after a while I just felt her like just cutting. So I guess she was just like, fuck it, I ain't about to comb out this stuff. And she just started cutting. So I believe that my hair became too short to attach to the locks properly, and then plus the size that she did them at. I'm gonna insert some pictures so that y'all could see it, because she attached the locks, then she did the twist, and I did a 2-strand twist as a style, right? And I love it. You know, it was bigger than I actually wanted them to be, but my main concern was that my actual locks match the size of these. So I figured as a professional, she knew what size to put to part my hair so that they are thick like the extension. So I didn't complain about that, because I'm just like, I like it anyways, so as long as my locks grow out properly, that's fine. So yeah, I left that appointment satisfied, but you know that feeling in your gut where something just feel off but you don't really know what it is? That feeling never went away. I was still always very concerned about how these locks would hold up and how my hair would grow out. And anyways, a couple days after that, I had to go to St. Thomas for my Meet the Brand event. And then the Monday after that, the day after that, I went to Miami to look for a car. So throughout that whole time, so I got my install done on the Thursday, April 10th. The Sunday, April 13th, I went to St. Thomas. It was just for the day. And then the Monday, April 14th, I went to Miami. So all this time, I still having the 2-strand twists. From the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, I having the 2-strand twists. On the 17th, I took out the 2-strand twists. One, I don't keep in styles, even when I had my own locks. Like, it's only so long I'm keeping a style. And two, the back was a little too tight, and I felt bumps developing around my nape area. And I think there was one like on the side of my head right there that was too tight, and I felt bumps developing there. So I took out the twist and I just let the locks down. I'm gonna insert a picture of that too. Okay, y'all stay with me, follow. So I think it was that night after I took a shower. So I took out the twists early in the day, and that night after I took a shower, and I didn't let my hair get wet, I put on a shower cap. But after I took a shower, I noticed, and this is the first time I could really see the parts defined without the two strand twist in. So I noticed that my parts were very uneven. Like the left side had, so if you were to part my hair down and have like two sections here and one section in the back, so this section had 9, this section had 10. Weird. Then this section, the middle lock was like noticeably bigger than the ones next to it and the all ones on the other side. Like there was unevenness everywhere on the front. I couldn't see really the back good enough to tell, but there was some that were really smaller than others. I'm gonna try to insert some pictures because I took pictures of everything, and I did reach out to her and I told her like the parts are noticeably uneven, and she did acknowledge that she did see that and she will fix it at my next appointment. I also showed her that the hair had started to come out of the extension, and I had just taken out the twist, so I didn't do nothing to my hair yet. I just took out the two strand twist, and I had already experienced hair coming out of it. So she said she would fix that at my next appointment. Me not thinking that it would get so bad. I'm thinking that that's all, would happen. Anyways, so the next day, so that was the 17th. The 18th, I had to fly back home. The 19th, so that weekend, I noticed like more hair coming out of like some extensions, not just in that one spot, but in other spots. And I'm just like, now I'm getting frustrated because I spend a lot of money on this. I spent a lot of money on this. Like, what is going on? And I had to end up washing my hair because first of all, she used the product she used to twist my hair, and then the mousse, and then the oil. Like, it was just too much layers of products, and my scalp was itchy. So normally, like what I would do with my own locks, when I take out a style, eventually I'm going to wash my hair. So I washed my hair I think it was the Monday, you could say maybe the 21st or the 20th. I can't remember, but I ended up washing my hair. And that's when I noticed like it was way more just out. Like it wasn't even that it came out of the extension. It was just showing the hair that was never even really attached to the extension. And I was like, wow, okay. So I took my time and I twist with myself. I retwist all of them to make sure I conceal all the hair that was coming out so that, my hair looked decent, As the days went by, more and more hair was just revealing, coming out of the extension. And I was just getting more and more overwhelmed and frustrated with it, to the point where I was just like, I can't be retwisting. Like every minute I'm doing this to hide the hair, to blend it back into the extension. Like, who wants to keep having to do that? And it ain't even been 2 weeks yet. She did say I'll have to maintain it every 4 weeks, but ain't even been 2 weeks yet and my hair done coming out. That's crazy. I concluded that my hair was just too short, because she did say, she did mention that's the biggest she's ever installed lock extension. And I'm not even saying like who did my hair, because this video is not about bashing anybody. And she does do amazing work. What I think is that she should have just told me that I don't have enough new growth to do these extensions, and she recommend that I either comb out some of my locks or do my big chop, let my hair grow out, and then come back to do my extension. I think that would have been the best professional advice she could have given me. And that's just my opinion. I honestly think that based on the size that she did it and how much hair that got cut off, my hair was just not long enough to successfully attach my locks. Every day more and more hair was coming out, and then literally today 2 locks fell out. So this is what's leading me to this. So Friday night I was so frustrated that I took pictures and videos and I sent her a long message. Do I want to read the message? I don't know. Where am I posting this video? I got so frustrated, and I wasn't even trying to be rude or nothing, because like I said, it's not even about that for me. And I sent this late in the night, so I wasn't really expecting her to respond. And I sent her, and I sent her like the picture. I'm trying to hide the name. Yeah, I sent her pictures and the videos. Anyways, so I sent that Friday. I didn't expect her to respond Friday night. That was late. I actually don't expect her to respond this weekend at all because it's the weekend. But I even telling my best friend, you know, that I sent her a message and she was like, did she respond? I said no, but I'll give it till Monday, end of day Monday. And if I don't hear anything by the end of day Monday, I will send a follow-up text on Tuesday morning. And then if I don't hear back by end of day Tuesday, I'll just cancel my appointment. Because at that point, like, people are busy, but come on, customer service should be a thing too, you know? So, but it's not even, today's still Sunday and I'm cutting these shit out, right? So why am I doing that? Because my scalp has been so itchy this weekend and I've been trying not to scratch it because I didn't want to make it worse, but I knew my hair needed to wash. I wash my hair as often as I need to. Sometimes it's once a week, sometimes it's twice a week. I go to yoga, I sweat in my head a lot, I work out, like I can't just not wash my hair. So I washed my hair and I'm washing my hair and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of hair I'm feeling. And I was like, wait, I'm missing some locks. I was like, I'm missing some locks. What's going on? Listen, 2 locks fell out my head and I didn't even know. And after I washed my hair, I'm like going and, you know, massaging and about to oil my scalp and stuff. And another lock falls out. And then I'm going through my head and I'm noticing that like those are still attached. There's a lot that's still like holding on by just a few hairs, like this one back here. Shit, barely holding on. Look at that. Look how thin of that is holding. I don't even know if y'all could see. But anyways, so I sent a message to my best friend because she's always my voice of reason because I could definitely be dramatic at times. And she was like, girl, just cut them thing out. And I responded saying, I'm so stressed. She was like, you stress keeping them in? You stress cutting them out? Like, what are you going to do? And I was just there looking myself in the mirror and I'm just like, how did I become this person? You know, like, why would I be scared to cut out my hair? Like, I don't know what it was exactly. And I'll, you know, I'll dig a little deeper into like my thought process in therapy when I go to therapy next week. But I think it was more than one thing that was stopping me from just doing a big chop. Because like I said, I don't regret cutting my locks. I wanted to cut my locks. My problem was trying to skip the stage of this big chop. My problem was trying to still have the appearance of the girl that has locks. And I don't know why. I don't know why yet. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to figure out what is it inside of me that made me feel like I needed to still have locks when I don't. And this is just me being vulnerable and transparent and open, looking crazy on camera, because I never want to like not be authentic, not be honest and true with myself. So this is me being honest with myself about this process and knowing that there was something that I was trying to hold on to in the process of me trying to let go. So I'm trying to let go of something, but still holding on to something. And it don't work that way. In that, my consequence was losing a lot of money. But at the same time, I'm doing this right now. And every time I take out a lock, I feel so much more free. I feel so much more light. I look crazy as fuck. But I feel like myself again. It's okay. Like, it's okay to go through the process again. Starting over, there's so much beauty in starting over. It's like a reminder that you have to let things go in order to receive what the universe have in store for you. And I say that as a general gem, but like, why was I still trying to replace this? Why was I trying to replace this with this? Like, just let go. Just let go. You say you want to let go, just let. So, let me reintroduce myself. I'm no longer the girlie with the locks. I will forever be a natural hair girly. Of course, I am gonna do like protective styles and stuff, but I feel good with my decision right now. Like I said, I was supposed to wait to back from the loctician, but it didn't even last till then because these locks started falling out. And one thing the universe gonna always do is put me in my place. One thing my ancestors gonna always do is knock me upside the head when I don't listen to my gut and listen and trust myself. So They was like, these locks gonna fall out whether you want them to or not. And at the end of the day, I knew that I would have been investing in maintaining these, knowing good and well that I would still end up having to cut them out. And what's the point of that? Holding on to what? Holding on to an image? For what? For who? So this is me letting go. Letting go on another level. Peeling off another layer. And I'm doing this without telling anybody. Like, nobody knows that I'm taking these out right now. And I'm just gonna show up as me, right? I still have quite a few back here, but I am gonna go and finish taking these out, and I will be back to show y'all that I look a little more decent I might have to go to the barber to shape this up, because the way she cut them locks out my hair was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck how uneven this shit is. Yeah. So I am definitely gonna book an appointment to shape this up, but I'll be back to show y'all that I could also rock a TWA. And for those of you who don't know what TWA stands for, stands for teeny weeny afro, I think. Now I gotta get back into my natural hair curly girl language and routine and, you know, all of that stuff. And the crazy thing about it is this channel started as a hair channel, and look how things just come in full circle, huh? I'm not saying this about to be a hair channel, because it's definitely not, but this is just another it's just part of my journey. That's all, you know, my journey of healing, my journey of releasing, my journey of renewing. My birthday is next month and I will be 32, and I guess this is all in alignment with that, me preparing for that new chapter, that new year for myself. So it's okay. Like, I already cried about it off camera, y'all. Like, I be trying not to cry on camera anymore, but I cried about it off camera already. So don't worry, there was definitely tears, but I'm good. I feel good. I feel lighter. I feel like myself. I'm gonna grow back my hair, and when it gets to a length that I'm comfortable with, I might decide to put back in my locks, or I might decide to continue to wear my hair natural and curly. I don't know. We'll see. But I actually am kind of looking forward to this new journey of mine, because I think my locks is one of the last things that I've been holding on to that was a part of my old life. And there's a lot of new things happening for me and my family right now. About to move into a new house, just bought a new car. Like, there's so much new going on right now. That's just to show you, like, the real new year is literally springtime, the spring equinox. Nobody can convince me otherwise, because my new year, I died a slow death during the winter time, and new year came around, spring equinox, and when I say I went through it. Everything was releasing. Like, there's so much that I have not shared that I've been going through emotionally, spiritually, mentally, on this channel. Head over to my Patreon if you want to know more, but this is just part of the process. Anyways, this is a long ass video. I just wanted to give that backstory on how I got here, and I'm gonna go finish taking these out, and then I'm gonna come back on camera when I look a little better. Oh my goodness, I cut my locks. Did I really do that? I did. My head feels so light. Okay, let me finish taking these out and I'll be back. So I'm back. Today is actually Tuesday, April 29th, I believe. And I came to show y'all the update. So I went to the barber today so that I can even out and shape my cut, because when I say shape, I don't mean like a shape up, like an edge. I mean shape as in shape my hair, because everything was very, like, I don't know how to explain it. And I just came from yoga, so my hair is short. It's very short, but no matter how short you see my hair, it's always shrinkage there, so it's not as short as it looks, but it is short. And I made him go down a little shorter on the sides, because as my hair grew out, I wanted to have that shape. So yeah, I went to the barber today, and I'm so upset because I was supposed to film and I forgot my camera home, so there's that. But I am about to go take a shower and wash my hair, because you know, after you get your hair cut, you have all these little things I have on a towel, y'all. Don't worry, I'm not naked. But yeah, I feel so like how I look in person when I look in the mirror looks different than how I look on camera. And I don't know how I feel about how I look on camera with my haircut, but like when I look in the mirror, like I love it. Honestly, I love it. Anyways, I'm about to hop in the shower, wash my hair. I went by Miss Naturalista today to buy a gel, like a styling gel, to like define my coils and stuff. Yeah, when I finish wash it and stuff, I'm gonna come back on here to wrap the video up. But I just wanted to show y'all how it looked. I probably should have shown y'all before I went to yoga because I was sweating bad. So this is all like sweat. What I'll be using to wash my hair is my shampoo that I make, my herbal cleansing shampoo, my herbal clarifying shampoo, and I only have a little bit more of my leave-in conditioner. See that? So now I need to restock on that product because I need it for my hair. So I bought this leave-in from another local formulator who makes hair care products, and although I like it, it doesn't really do much for my hair texture. It works very well in my son's hair, so I'll just keep using that in his hair. But I need my leave-in for my hair because, listen, if y'all haven't tried this, y'all sleeping on my hair product. Because this is bomb. This is J Herbal Leave-In Conditioner. Hydrating Herbal Leave-In Conditioner. It's a thicker leave-in, but it's so hydrating and moisturizing without making your hair feel like heavy and weighed down. So, get into it. Anyways, I'll be back. Okay, so I said let me come in the bathroom because my 2-year-old is sleeping and I don't want to wake him up. But I just wanted to wrap up this video and show y'all my hair. I washed it, moisturized it, and then I put some of this, what is this, defining gel by 𝐬𝐿. So I guess I'll be using this until my curling custard from Obia Natural gets here. Yeah, that is it for this video. I cut my locks. So I went from locks to big chop. This is big chop number 3 for me, and I feel good. I feel happy with my decision. I feel lighter. I feel like I just like felt a little bit more or a lot more in love with myself. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's true when they say that your hair can carry a lot of weight, a lot of negative energy, depending on what you've been going through. So that cutting my locks was a major release for me, so I have no regrets and I am truly loving this. My hair is still kind of wet, and I think it's kind of showing up white in the camera. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try and take some pictures at some point and show you guys. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and you will see me in my next video. Peace. So it's raining so hard right now. I hope y'all could hear me. But I just came on here to say that I do have a lot of other videos that I need to upload. And those videos, you're not going to see my hair like this. But I think I do want to upload this video before I upload all of the rest. If you're watching this and you see videos posted after this with locks, with me with my locks, those are old videos. Nothing is older than 2 months though. So all of the videos that I still need to edit and upload are like from March, April, because today is April 30th. So yeah, that's all I came to say. Bye.